Hello and welcome to My Woolly PhD. My name is Liz Scarf and this is a weekly vlog about what I'm currently learning and making in my anthropology PhD, all about wool. And you can find an overview of the project at the homepage of the channel, or it's the very first video. Anyway, so this week I got nothing to share in terms of something new that I learned. Because on Friday I did my confirmation of candidature, which is the first big milestone in a PhD process. And it's basically demonstrating that you have a methodologically and theoretically sound project and that it's also logistically viable. And so you have to write a big paper and then sort of make an oral presentation of that. And so I was doing that on Friday, which meant that I spent all of the week preparing for that, also getting my ethics application in the pipeline, which is also a big deal. That's a lot of work. So I'm feeling quite satisfied with myself, but I'm also in the come down phase now of non-stop working for the past several months. So I'm relieved and celebrating, but also tired. And so I can't get my brain to even dredge up something that I learned earlier to share in the video. I've sat here for about, I don't know, at least half an hour, going through all my references and other things, just going, oh, what could I talk about? My brain's just nothing is sparking in there. I seem to be able to do admin tasks, but that's about it. So, but I still wanted to kind of keep up the cadence of a weekly video. I think I like the discipline and the regularity of it. So I do have a few little sort of more updates. So one is the confirmation's done. Yay, that's really exciting. I did get the lapel microphones. So if you've been watching, following along, you'll have seen a few episodes back that I applied for a small grant from the Australian Anthropological Society to support me to keep making this channel while I'm in the field, because the microphone I have normally is really large. So I asked for some money to buy these tiny little, it's by Rode. I have a few of their things. I don't recommend their vlogger kit, but their other stuff's been great. And so there's two of these little devices that just clip on. They're super nifty. Anyway, I think the recording quality is fine. And that's going to make things so much easier in the field. So I'm chuffed about that. Now, what have I been making? Because I also haven't been making a lot, because again, confirmation. But, I've done a few more rows on the Musselburgh beanie, which is great. My husband seems to have lost the other beanies I made or bought for him recently. So I'll get that. That's now a priority to get that finished for him, because it's winter and it's getting cold. And last week, I think, was it Daniela? Oh, I should have checked, sorry. Asked about the shawl I was wearing, and it's this one. And you can see it's got lots of little eye holes in it. So this, and thanks for asking, by the way. It's so lovely when people ask you about your knits. What are you wearing? Did you make it? I think knitters love nothing more than saying, why, yes, I did. Thank you for asking. Anyway, this is the Be Simple Variations by Carolyn Glaus Todrank. Now it's on Ravelry, and she has this basic Be Simple shawl, and then she made a variations pattern as well. You don't have to buy the Be Simple shawl to use the variations one. You can just grab that. I'm not even sure if it was free. It might have been free. I can't remember. Because I did this a few years ago. It's quite an easy pattern. I've made 3 of them. It's just one skein of yarn. You can probably, they're quite small in some ways, although I think some of the ones in her pictures look much bigger. Maybe I'm a slightly tight knitter. But yeah, I think this is an Malabrigo sock, and I do love the colours of this, but I am really kind of moving away from superwash yarns, and if I can get things that don't have nylon in them, that's great. But sometimes, that's what I end up with. But I recommend making them in a soft silk blend yarn. I've made 2 in a silk blend. They were so divine, but they were gifts, so I can't show them. I did also make some colour charts. So I'm waiting on some yarn to make the fabulous Seafairdy vest by Gudrun Johnson, but I'm making it I'm copying the colourway of Alicia Edmondson, and so you can see all that on Ravelry. I'm still waiting on the yarn for some of it, but so I made a colour chart, I cracked out an Excel spreadsheet and sat down and did all that so that I could just really make it easier to knit it rather than continually translating colours from the pattern, the chart and the pattern. And I also made another chart. This one took so long. This is this one, right? So this is the Jalakivi sweater by Mikey Nora Karvinen. And Jalakivi, it's like Jalokivi. It's also on Ravelry, and this is a free pattern. And I wouldn't say it was great for beginners, not just because it's colour work, because it's a free pattern, and maybe also because I think a lot of Northern Europeans are so great at knitting. They don't like put it out like step by step by step by step, like some knitting patterns do more in sort of contemporary patterns. So there's some things where it's just like, do some short German short rows here, and I'm like, well, I know how to do them, but I don't know how many to do. But somebody else has kind of actually written something up where you can go find it. Anyway, it's going to be a learning curve. But I'm trying to recreate the version by Wishbone Yarn, which is so stunning, but there's some quite significant modifications to the chart. So it did take me over an hour to map that out. Anyway, I will definitely be swatching that whole repeat before I cast on. I won't get to that though this year. I think I won't get to it before I go to Iceland. So I leave at the end of July, but I'm going to try and get the vest done by then. Anyway, really quick one this week because, yeah, brain is kind of mush. Hopefully it's back on track for next week. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.